Okay, so let's talk about additional ways that you can connect with your deck this week. If you're feeling like you want to add something else besides the brass tacks part of this kind of journey with our deck, feel free to bring in ritual work with the deck itself. So maybe there's a card that you really want to understand or that you want to bring the qualities of into your life more. This is a great week to have that card image out on the altar and to offer ritual magical workings around connecting with that image and bringing that energy into your current experience. Or um, understanding what the image's message is for you in a more meaningful way, if that's your intention. So, having that card out on the altar, maybe you make some offerings on the altar around that to the energy itself associated with the card image. Or maybe you sit and hold intention, or for those of you who like to work with manifesting, you manifest with the card image through, envisioning processes, etc. All of those things are wonderful ways and really empowering ways to bring an additional connection to the deck itself. So altar or ritual magical workings, I feel like I said that wrong, are great ways to get to know the deck better. One of my favorite things to do when I'm really struggling with a deck is to actually build a playlist around the deck itself if I'm trying to understand it. Maybe I hear certain music when I draw different cards in the deck, and so I'll kind of make a note of that in my journal and then add it to a playlist. Listen to the playlist through and see if maybe music can be an entry point for me into the deck itself, into understanding why the deck's in my life and what it's here to teach me. So music, making a playlist, or listening to a specific album in regards to the deck itself can also be really empowering for you, and also a way to understand the deck better and to feel a sense of a relationship with the deck itself too. And now that we're talking about that, I'm thinking about what album I would recommend for the Isis Oracle, and that's so hard because Isis herself is, maiden mother crone. So I have to think for a second about that, guys. But I will say that by the end, an album that I associate with the Isis Oracle. But building a playlist or finding an album that you really relate to in regards to the deck can be a wonderful way to connect with the deck as well. Another option for some of us is like sleeping with the deck under our pillow. That's a way that you can kind of psychically connect with the deck at night. I know it sounds a little bit hokey, but I actually do think it works. From years and years of doing this, I can say, speak from experience that I do feel like that works. So that's an option to connect with the deck as well. Also, carrying the deck with you in your bag or on you as you're moving about through your day is another way to build a connection and relationship with the deck and kind of like infuse it with your magic and have that be a reciprocal dance. Finding a clearing and cleansing process for the deck as well is another way to connect with it. Does the deck like to be kind of smoked with sage? I like to say smoked, but when you're working with sage in the deck with the sacred smoke, is that something that the deck likes? Does it like to be knocked? Does it like Palo Santo or a different incense? Does it prefer kind of a essential oil spritz around it? Is there a certain way it would like to be shuffled? Kind of asking those questions and playing with that, maybe while you're watching a show or something at night, is a way that you can get to know the deck better as well. So those are some other options for connecting with the deck that I found helpful over the years. And now that we're at kind of the end of this little video here about different ways that you can connect if you want to bring more things into your practice, I would definitely say that I think the Isis Oracle for me is really connected to Deftones' White Pony album, um, because I'm going to give you two albums, Anna Calvi's The Hunter and Deftones' White Pony. I would associate both those albums with the Isis Oracle. I'm like, yeah, definitely. So, okay, anyhow, so music is definitely one of the biggest ways for me to connect with the deck, as you can see. And so creating a playlist is a wonderful way to do that. Before I finish, two optional things are journeying with the card image you draw every day if you have time for that. Feel free to bring that in, or as many days as that's available to you as a practice. Um, Storytelling with the deck. You can draw 3 cards and create a story that you write out either in your journal or maybe you type it out. And that's a way that you can get to know the energy of the deck as well and how it's going to work with you in your life. So you have lots of options in addition to But I want the challenge to be very easy and simple and not something stressful for any of us. So these are all additional if you want to add it in and you feel like you have time or you feel called to with the specific deck that you're working with. See you in the next video, guys. Much love, many blessings.